Hi everyone, my name is Yasmin and welcome to my Flosstube number 34, first one in 2023. Happy New Year everyone. I hope you had a really nice and smooth and easy transition into a new year. I hope you've managed to do a little bit of relaxation and stitching before returning into reality. Today is Monday, the 9th of January, so I still have got 4 more days of holidays until I will be returning to college. My husband returned to his regular working schedule, so I have got mornings, all house to myself. My children return to school on 4th as well, so I have got plenty of time to stitch and craft and do all of the beautiful things. Obviously coming and coming towards the end of my course, from Friday I don't think so I will be having as much unlimited stitchy time like I had so far. Today I am also starting the 3rd week of my marathon training and I am pretty happy how everything is going. My body is adjusting well to the more intense kind of physical activities. The past 11 months I have been running, but it wasn't anything scheduled or regular or consistent. So I have got some catching up to do to build up my endurance and my fitness, but I am really enjoying the process. And thank you to everyone who subscribed to my running account as well, and they're cheering me on as I document my journey to a London Marathon. I also would like to welcome all of my new subscribers, because there is a quite few new people here. So thank you so much for finding me, for subscribing and leaving such a wonderful comments. So a little bit about me. I live in London. I am a cross stitcher and multi-crafter. I've also started designing my own cross stitch charts, and I've opened my own Etsy store. I am also fundraising for the charity called Men Cup. This is the fundraising towards my marathon, London Marathon campaign. I'm fundraising for them, and I am fundraising by selling my own cross stitch charts, and so far I have released 4. So throughout this video I will show you the projects I have released. I have got 4 children. 2 of them are adults in the university, and the twins, they are 10 years old. They're in a year 6 of primary school, so soon they will be transitioning into a secondary school, which is a scary thought. Yeah, I don't know when the time went, like how come my small children are already 10. So yeah, so that's pretty much everything about me now. I have got some stitching to show you. I have been stitching quite a lot. I've finished quite a lot of things, and this is only because I have got unlimited stitching time. As I've mentioned, my husband returned to his regular schedule. My children are at school. I am not studying yet, so I have got all this time to work on several projects, and I have mainly worked on my own designs. I have done quite a few of the model stitches, and I have done quite a few new starts, and I have also made plans for the January. So maybe before I will start showing you a project, I want to show you my plans, but also I wanted to show you some of the stitchy kindness I have received in those past 2 weeks. So the first one is I have received a Christmas card, and where have I dropped it now? Such an idiot. Oh, here. Oh, so I have received a beautiful Christmas card and fancy floss from Judith. She is known as a cross stitch librarian on Instagram, and we became quite close. She was a winner of one of my giveaway, and then she messaged me a few times. She followed along my Flossmas this year, and she really was engaged, and she was really interested in all of the Polish traditions I had to and I shared with you. And you know, on several occasions she sent out me you know, the messages that she shared this Polish tradition with her friends who either is Polish or is of one of her family members is Polish, so there is like a Polish gene in her. And it was so wonderful. So thank you so much, Judy, for this lovely card and the flosses. I've also received a Christmas card from Angie, the tiny house stitcher, and this is a wonderful. I loved Christmas cards. I collect them all. I have been living in the UK for almost 20 years. It's 19, I think in February this year is going to be 19 years. I don't remember quite. So yeah, I collect all of the Christmas cards I have received from everyone, you know, throughout all these years. And I also received a Christmas card from my mom, because my mom, she sends me cards on every Christmas, Easter, birthday. In Poland we have got such thing as name day, which is celebrated more frequently by adults. So once you reach age of, I would say 30, then the birthdays are not as popular, but then the name day, it is a big celebration. So, you know, you would celebrate the same way as a birthday, but it's not your birthday, it's your name day. So my mom, she sends me cards as well. And if you have watched my Flossmas, I was talking about the Christmas waffle when we share before sat down to a Christmas dinner. And my mom, each year, she sends me a card which has got like a little wallet slit when the waffle is put in. So this is the way she shares the Christmas waffle with me. However, I devour it all, so I don't have anything to show you. But it is basically, it looks like this. It looks like a rice paper, but the ingredients are a little bit different. It's tasteless, doesn't really have got a taste of anything, but it's a symbol of you know, of love, for humanity, and I can't say this word, of being united, and, you know, forgive each other, you know, all of the bad stuff, and starting a new year with a clean slate. So yeah. And I have also received a thank you card and a wonderful gift from Sarah. And the note here, I love this type of, you know, like the name, like the tags with the messages. This is so lovely. I try to include them with the projects, or like pillows I am stitching. So I like excuse me, I have got notes of the person who gifted me something. And I have also received a beautifully made project bag from her, which I will show you in a minute, because I have got, you know, already project in it. So thank you so much for your wonderful gestures and for thinking of me over the holidays. I greatly appreciate that. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who sent me virtual messages via email, via Instagram, via WhatsApp. I really appreciate you thinking of me. And now what I wanted to show you, maybe, right, actually last thing, no, actually I will start showing you a stitching. And because I wanted to tell you about the Flosstubes I have been watching, because, you know, I have been watching a lot of Flosstubes, and I have been stitching a lot as well whilst I was watching, but I will tell you about it in a minute. Let me show you some of the Stitchy projects, because, you know, I know then you might want to see. So I have finished quite a few projects for my Etsy store. The charts were slow down. The charts were released ahead of time. However, the cover pictures was just a computer generated image. So I've managed to complete and stitch those charts and include a proper picture into my Etsy store. So I finished my winter design, which is called Winter Games. and I have used all called for DMCs which I've charted, and this is the fabric I dyed myself. It is a 32 count a linen, and this finishes 6 by 8, so it fits the regular you know, standard frame. However, it is a snug, so if you like a little bit bigger border, then you would go for one size bigger, which is 7 by 10, no, 7 by 9. And then it gives you like a half inch border all around, but I kind of like this snug. So this is the first finished project of 2023. I've actually finished it in December, the last day of December, but then before framing I've realized and I have left, I forget to do one row of stitching, so I put the last stitch in January 2023. So this kind of goes into my 2023 finishing pile. So this is the one. And second chart I released and stitched, it was the winter folk bird, and thank you so much for all of your wonderful comments and feedback and reviews in my Etsy store regarding this chart. I truly appreciate. If you have been following me for a little while, you know I am a massive fan of folk art and folklore. I have you know, I like to go to folk festivals, and you know, over summer holidays when I went to Poland, I've actually spent 2 weeks going every day for the folk festival, when had the opportunity to watch, you know, bands and groups performing the rituals and, you know, custom and traditional dance from different regions of Poland, but also from some parts of the world as well. We had some international groups as well. I like to go to, you know, folk art galleries, and you know, I am really massive fan of folk art. So I designed this chart kind of inspired by the folk art, when everything is kind of exaggerated, is out of proportion, and has got massive you know, it's heavily patterned and has got bright colors, because this is everything what I like. And so this is the best seller in my shop, and I am very grateful to you for liking this and purchasing this chart from my shop. So I've stitched this as well. So this is the winter folk bird. Then I have released the spring folk bird, and it's out of frame because I am switching the frames. So like I'm taking this one. Okay, so this is the folk bird, and again it is heavily inspired by the folk birds, with lots of bright colors and patterns on its wings, you know, using the bold bright colors and quite harsh and very defined rigid lines. I absolutely love this style. So this is my pink bird, spring folk bird. And I've also released a Valentine folk bird, and it looks like this. So this is a dove with a design on its wings and a few hearts floating here and there. It's really, I mean, I really like it. You know, when it comes to folk art, it's like a mermaid. You either love it or you hate it, but I definitely love the simplicity of it, the primitive look of it. So yes, and I am currently working on the fourth folk bird, which I will show you in a second. And the last finished for this month so far, yesterday I had released my fourth fundraising chart for the Men Camp campaign and London Marathon, and it is called The Uniqueness of Others. And I am absolutely blown away by your incredible response to this chart. of all of the donation, which which literally flew into my fundraising page continuously. So I am 45% you know, on the target with reaching the total of £2,500, and I am extremely grateful. You have got no idea how happy you are, you know, you making me, and how much difference you actually make in yourself. So I designed this chart, and the phrase, the slogan, it says diversity is embracing the uniqueness of others. And I've used a symbol of peacock since it represents the strength, the pride, the confidence, and also, you know, it is a very unique bird, because, you know, when it's like when it hatches, when it's small, it's quite, you know, odd looking. It's not as beautiful, but as it develops and is growing and is flourish, you know, the feathers changes, and, you know, it turns into this beautiful unique bird. So yeah, so I just really wanted to use this symbol to, you know, to show the diverse culture, you know, the all of the diversity when it what surrounds us, you know, diversity in a people communities, you know, diversity you know, with the things we like, and you know, we're all different and we have got so much to offer. And I think you know, it's very important to embrace the differences of others and not be afraid of, you know, people who maybe not don't look the same like you, or people who might not sound the same as you, or not believe in the same things you do. I think, you know, this would do a lot of good in the world if people had a little bit more of what's the word? I just escaped me the word. If the people embrace and they were more open towards cultures which are foreign to them and they don't really understand. Fear comes from lack of knowledge. So if you want to embrace someone, and if you want to acknowledge someone, and you know, and make them feel good, then I've advised you to, you know, have a little bit of read what each of the culture has got to offer. So yeah, so this is my uniqueness of others. I am really proud of this design, and again, I have used the inspiration of the folk art, and I've used quite harsh and rigid, you know, outline for the feathers and the bird itself. I've used very bold and kind of electric you know, colors as well, but I am really loving this design. So thank you to everyone who purchased this this design. I mean, who donated to my page and I was able to send the charts. Thank you so much. So I've also included in the box below, there are information such as my fundraising page, my email address, my Etsy store, and my Facebook group as well. So this is all of the places, and the Instagram. So this is all of the places when you can find me, when you can reach out to me if you have got, you know, any questions. Very quickly, how the fundraising you know, claim of the charts look like. You basically donate to my fundraising page, and I've released 4 charts, so I will put a picture over here, and as I'm talking to you, you can have a look on those pictures, on those designs. So there are 4 designs, 3 of them, which is the Dream Big Dreams, the Key to Growth, and what is the 4th one? The Polish Band Sampler. They are at least a donation of £10. And then if you could email me your donation slip, or like the confirmation, once you do the donation, you receive like a thank you message for like, thank you for donating to Yasmin's page. So if you just do the screenshot of it, or just, you know, send me the receipt to my email address, I will almost immediately, I will send you a copy back. The only reason I am doing this way, because at the very beginning of my fundraising page, I had a very unpleasant experience of people, you know, lying that they have donated, or they were taking the names from the people who who donated to my page, and they were impersonating them, saying, oh, I am this person and I donated that much money, can I have my chart? But I know that they weren't those people, because I already send the charts to those people and I know who they are. So I had to be a little bit more strict with a way of sending the charts away. That's why I am asking for the confirmation of the donation. That's not the only, there is no any other reason for me asking for that. It's just for the verification. Then you are really a genuine supporter, or you just want to get a free stuff. So yes, so this is everything what I have been stitching so far, and everything what I've managed to finish completely. I have also have got one new start and one whip, no, two new starts and one whip. I have been, excuse me, sorry, I just had a, I'm calling this horse, but people say frog in your throat. So yes, so I had one whip which I've worked a really tiny bit on, and it is the model stitch for my Valentine chart called Witch's Love. I will include a cover picture, but I just added the face of the witch, still missing the eye. So yes, so I will be working on this a little bit more. I am aiming to finish this by Friday before I have to return to college, since I have got a little bit more time to stitch. I am stitching this on 32 count linen, which I purchased. I belong to the, I sign up for the Fabric of the Month Club by Katie in December, and this is the December sample, which is kind of grayish, very beautiful mottling, really lovely fabric, and I've signed up for the 32 count club. So I decided to use this for this chart, and I think it looks really lovely. I also received the Fabric of the Month for January, because she's super fast. You know, I really like the way how she organizes the club. She sends you the remaining, like before the invoice comes to your account, saying, oh yeah, this is the fabric for the month, would you like to have it? If you don't respond by the 5th of the month, then she assumed then you want to have it, and then she sends you emails, you send the emails, and you know, within a few days the fabric is with you, as long there is no postal strikes. So yeah, so this is my whip, which I am aiming to finish very quickly. I have got also a new start, and it is my whip. I am really whipping this project to be done today. It is a quite small one. It is a 4 folk bed, and it is the Easter folk bed. So I have got chicken, and I'm just working on there's 2 more eggs missing, and there is a few more of those spirals. I will put the computer generated image over here, because that's what you can see at this moment in my Etsy shop. But the minute when I finish stitching my Easter chicken, I will put the proper pictures, so you can really see the colors I've used, and you know, you can see the whole design much better. Yeah, I really like this design. The folk beds are awesome. I think I will be keeping them all year round. I don't want to, you know, I know that they are kind of seasonal, but I will be having them all out because I am extremely proud of my birds. And I also have got one new start. I've started this on the 1st of January as a stitch along, and this is my stitch along called Yasmin's Made with Love 2020, no, Yasmin's Made with Love SAO 2023, and this is the Polish band sampler. I'm gonna show you from far because I don't have cover, but I just print out the pages to stitch. So this is my Polish band sampler, which I designed for the fundraising, to fundraise for the Main Cup charity. And I have worked on it one day because I had a head start the day. So I've started this actually on 31st of December. I had a head start. I've worked on a few of the flowers, but then on 1st of January I'll work on this a little bit more. So this is where I am so far, and I have got it's like 95% of the Polish alphabet completed, and I've done some of the top flowers, and then I went to the second row. I really love it. I'm very proud of this sampler again. I know I keep saying about my, my designs, how proud I am, but I actually am very proud of my design. So yes. And this sampler has been inspired by the towel oh my god, I have forgot the word. The towels which were used in the mid-20th century, the ceremonial towel for people, where it was like a diary of a person who owns the towel. If you purchase the chart, I included a little bit of history about it as well. So yeah. And I am having this in the bag, which I was kindly given by Sarah. Oh my god, and she used my favorite woodland animal, which is the fox, and the colors and autumnal theme is my jam. So I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. And yeah, I very much appreciate this, you taking your time to actually make something for me. So yeah, my project lives in here. Okay, now, so this was all of my stitching and the finishes so far. So I think I'm doing quite well. It's only 9 of January and I finished 5 projects. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Now I have got some plans, because obviously as I start my study from Friday, the unlimited Stitchy time will come to an end. It will be very intense, 2.5 weeks until the end of the month, because I am finishing my teaching qualification. So I still have got 2 assignments to complete. I am hoping that everything what I have submitted before holiday break, once it's been marked, there's no correction on it. So this would leave me only with 2 remaining assignments, but I should be done. So I'm really hoping that this is going to happen. But I would love to do some more of the pleasure stitching. I'm not saying that this wasn't a pleasure, this is kind of a work stitching, model stitching, but I also have got a project from my own stash and whips I would like to work on as well. So on my video, like the end of the 2022 video, which was about 2 weeks ago, I showed you I have made myself a stitchy journal. I have been stitching for 7 years, however I had never had journal, but I got a little bit inspired and enabled by everyone who is buying those fancy, like the book of stitches, or I'm not quite sure, or like, yeah, I think book of stitches or something like that, and there is another one by Log Cabin. So yeah, all of those journals, and they are wonderful. However, they don't really serve my purpose, because I am a visual person and I am also dyslexic. So I use lots of visual props to memorize things and to get information. So just writing down a blank lettering, so like blank text, does not really work for me, because I can read very well. I read very well. However, those information, they don't really stay in my head until I start, highlighting them, or, turning them into like capital letters. There's a certain things I need to do in order to really record the information or make the information stay in my head. So I created myself this journal, and it's you know, for some people it would be like, you know, a lot to work, but actually it's not that much. So the first page, I've made a list of all of my WIPs which I carried with me into 2023. Please do not judge me of my spelling. My spelling is atrocious. But I'm not even able to verify my own spelling mistakes with the handwriting. Like I can tell on a computer then something is misspelled because you've got those like a jiggly red line suggesting then that's misspelled. But in my handwriting, I'm unable to verify my spelling mistakes. So when although I am a qualified, you know, I will be qualified teacher, and when I mark my students' work, I mark the work based on the content rather than grammatical errors. So like when they submit the work through the Turnitin, you know, Turnitin always tells you, you know, if there is a grammar, if there is, you know, like any misspelled words or misused words or article missing. So then I can just make a general comment saying read, proof your work before submitting. However, as a student myself, my assignments are the same. They are judged based on the content, but my grammatical errors are not taken into consideration because I am a diagnosed dyslexic. So yeah, so don't judge my spelling. So this is, so on the top, I have got WIPs which I've carried with me from the 2021, and I have got at this moment only 3. And then I have got remaining 18 WIPs from 2022. And then I have got some new starts from December, which one I already managed to finish. But this is not the end. What else have I done? I then dedicated a page for each of my WIP, and I have taken a photograph of the current stage of my WIP. So then when I see the pattern and I see how much I have already stitched, I am able to tell is it something I could actually start working on because I have got only a little bit to finish, or you know, like I am able to visually kind of, you know, make a judgment which project I would like to work on. So I have got one for each of the project, and I also made like a tiny note like the reason I've started and you know, like what fabric I am using. It's nothing too detailed, but yeah, but that's what I am doing with my journaling, with my journal. And then I also have got at the end of my WIPs, I also have got page when it says my fundraising starts. So all of the charts I have designed for the fundraising to fundraise for the Main Cup charity, and then I have got some plans. That's something I would like to do for my shop. But then I have got my January plans, and at this moment I have got 3 goals, which one of them I've managed to tick off, which was the Stitchy, to stitch the witch, and the spring hair. Spring hair is not finished, but I finished other things, so I'm just kind of, you know, making this work. And then I've also included the images of the projects I finished this month. So I still have to stick my my Valentine folk bird, the Uniqueness of Others, and the Easter folk bird. And this really worked for me well. I am visually recording what I have done, and I also am able to tell which project I would like to work next. So according to my journal, there is one project which is almost it's almost close to finished, and it is quite seasonal. So this is the chart from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and it is designed by Roveris, I think that's how you say it. And this is the series of home. So I've started last year the spring, and I don't have much to do. So I think I will be aiming to finish this as well, so I can have it display this spring. And I am using my own colors, which at this moment are just dump into my bag. but I don't have much left. There is a rest of the house to finish, and then the M and an E, and I don't think so there is a bottom border. But I absolutely love this little chart. So this would be one of the contestant for the for quick finish in January. Now I also will be taking part in the stitch along, the birthday stitch along of Charlie, my dear friend Charlie from Charlie Feathers. It's her birthday on 15th of January, and we decided to work on, or start working on, the Miss Scissors, which was the kit by Nitka Moscow, designed by Barbara Anna. So I thought, since I will be joining her for her birthday sale, I would like to finish one of the birthday sale I've started last year, and it was my birthday sale, and it is called Miss Coffee, and this is again kit from Nitka Moscow, designed by Barbara Anna, and I am halfway down. I show you the card. So this is the whole design. It's gorgeous, and I am already halfway, so I think that would be really lovely if I could finish this by 15th of January. So I would take away one of my Barbara Anna sal from my whip basket and started something new. So this is another pleasure stitch for January, and I have also got a sampler which I've started last year during the sampler September. However, my sampler September was a little bit different to other people. I've worked on samplers which you know, showing cultural diversity. So I purchased two charts from Peruvian Flair on Etsy, and this is designed by Anna Agayu, and I will be working on this in this month as well. So I bought 2 parts, and then Anna kindly sent me the 3rd part. So this is basically 3 times 9 patch, so 18 squares altogether. I am using my own color conversion, DMC, 4 colors of DMC on 25 count, just a cream Lugana, and I absolutely love it. I love it, love it, love it so much. So I am hoping to do some progress, maybe not finish, but do significant progress on this project. And I think this is pretty much everything what I had for you today when it comes to stitching and plans and, you know, finished projects. I also wanted to share with you the Flosstubes I have been watching since Monday last week. So in no particular order. I supposed to make a list, but you know me and lists. So yeah, just from the top of my head, I discovered 2 floss tubers which I've really enjoyed watching. One of them is UK based, and the YouTube channel is called Rosie or something Rosie. Oh my god, I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I will put across the screen. A really lovely floss tuber, really nice camera present. The project very colorful. I really enjoy watching her channel, so I think you should go and give her a watch as well. And there was another person, I've actually haven't watched the video yet, but the YouTube suggested for me, and I really liked the first 4 minutes of the video, so I will continue watching it today. But again, I don't remember the name, but I will put across the screen. And now the videos I've watched 12 Days of Christmas by Ross Clark's Crafts. and I've truly enjoyed. She released one video a day when she showed a different things, like she had a video tutorial. She released her new chart. It was really, really lovely. I've watched Abba Stitches. I have watched so, oh my god, I never remember this name. It gives me a little bit of trouble to remember, but it's something so Stitch Nat. It's a Natalie. She's a UK based stitcher, and she did not as a whip parade, she did the 2022 finishes parade, and I really, really loved the video. I have watched Mama Loves UGB. I have watched Finally a Farm Girl. I've watched Katie the novel stitcher. I've watched, oh my god, so many. I've watched Miriam the crafty yarns, and I've watched Miriam the Marumi craft, and I also purchased the latest release of Miriam. She released she is working on this kind of dragon collections, so I purchased the first dragon. I really, really love it. Oh my god, maybe I should just make a list. I watch Nicola from the Bamboo Stitches. I mean, the YouTube this month is absolutely delighted. There is a variety of Flosstubers, people showing projects, eye candy projects. It's so hard to release, you know, the sudden purchases, because, you know, the stuff is gorgeous. I've watched the Stitchy Maniac. Oh my god, there was the latest whip parade. Was like, I think it's like 2 hours long. She done it with her daughter. Absolutely enjoyed it. I've watched Shiloh X Stitch MD. Oh my god, I've watched several. I mean, I should make a list, because I've watched, you know, at least 50, yeah, like few videos a day, because if I did not have to actually run and train and take my kids from school, I would probably grew the roots into the sofa, because I stitch for several hours a day. But yes, I've watched magnificent number of Flosstubers, and I truly appreciate all of them, because, you know, whip parades and this kind of, you know, finishes parade is one of my favorite videos on Flosstube. I have received messages too with the question if I will be doing one, and the answer is no, because I have made one very recently in November of 2022. I've done my whip parade, and pretty much since then my whips have not changed, and I have not added anything to it either. So there's not really a true reason for me to do another whip parade if you have just seen it very recently. I don't think so. I have got anything else for you today. Oh yes, just very at the very end, I would love to say massive thank you to everyone who shouted me out, who shared my page on their social media platforms and YouTube channels. Especially a big thank you to Rose Clark for shouting me out on her last day of Christmas video. She shouted my my fundraising page and my campaign, so thank you so much. Massive thank you to Michelle, Mama Loves UGB, for showing my fundraising charts and saying such a wonderful things about my my new Etsy store on her yesterday Sunday briefing. And a massive thank you to Chrissy, the Finally a Farm Girl, for you know, giving me you know, a really big chunk in her Flosstube yesterday, showing my charts and saying such a wonderful things about me. And you know, I really appreciate your support, Chrissy. So thank you so much. I will be seeing you at the very end of the month, so maybe by this time I will be able to tell you if I am a qualified college lecturer, and if I have managed to get my you know, DET position in college, and if I have enrolled for the level 7. So lots of exciting things to tell you in the future, but for now, have got a wonderful stitchy time. Be healthy, be safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.